I was leaving New York headed to Vancouver, Washington to start a new job in the shipyards. As I approached that old roaring train, that would take me on a trip that I'd never forget. Little did I know what was in store for me on my ride to the Northwest. My story starts aboard that train. I never could have imagined how meeting a passenger aboard that train would have a profound impact on the rest of my life. This is how my story began.
Now you be sure to telegraph me when you get there,
What's that for?
for you not to forget.
I have it right here.
Mind if I warm this seat across from you, young man?
No, sir. Right ahead.
Bridges is my name.
John Batiste. Pleasure to meet you. You can call me John.
Where you from, John?
New Orleans. Man, I sure miss home, too. Where you from?
Mississippi. Jackson. Served in the Army during the Depression. Got discharged. Doctor said something wasn't right with my head, so they sent me back home. Where you headed?
Vancouver. Vancouver, Washington. You see this hand right here? Kept me out the military. Heard it a while back in a car wreck. I've been all over New York. Chauffeuring, cooking. You name it, I done done it. Now, headed to Vancouver to start my new gig at the shipyards. Come a little later, grab my family up, bring them home.
A man of many talents.
Yeah, I guess you can call it that.
I've been living up here in Harlem for a while now, me and my wife, Lola. We came up here from Louisiana. She sang up there at the Cotton Club. And boy, could she sing. Here's a snapshot of my wife.
Man, she sure is beautiful. No offense, but how'd you get a good-looking woman like that?
Don't be fooled by the looks now. Pure evil's what she turned out to be. I met her in an old juke joint in Pineville, Louisiana. She from New Orleans, though. Lola. Lola Bolu, one of them French Creole gals. It was like she was sent to me straight from the heavens above. I remember the first night I saw her. I approached her. Didn't think I had a chance, and I was right. At the time, she wanted no parts of me.
Take off your coat, don't you know you can't win?
You got family, John?
Yes, sir. Got a 1-year-old boy and another one in the oven. See this picture right here? It's my beautiful wife and my son, John Jr. We took that picture down in Harlem a few weeks ago at the Bridge Cafe.
Where'd you get that book?
My sister-in-law sent it to me. She said it would make an interesting read. So far, I hadn't been disappointed.
Interesting title. The Man Who Murdered Himself.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery that seems to be taking a strange twist.
Life sometimes does that. Are you a believer, John?
Yes, I am.
Good. Man needs to keep God as close as he can. I talked to him last night.
You did. What you talk about?
God told me. Soon I'll be done with the troubles of this world. Soon.
Why'd he put a song like that on your heart?
You sure you want to know?
They say back down home, I got the time, you got the tongue.
I thought I had everything, man. Everything in the world I ever needed. A beautiful wife, I own my own boarding home, and a job that paid decent wages. But that all changed a couple of days ago. I took the train into work like I did as usual. When I got there, my boss called me into his office. He told me my job had been replaced by some machine and that my services at the company would no longer be needed. And he handed me my last check. When the train got to Harlem, I got off and started walking home. As I approached my house, I heard moans and groans, sounds as if some poor soul was being tortured just short of their life. I rushed into the house down the hall. I went all the way back to the bedroom where the noise was coming from. There I saw it. The act that would change my life and define my fate from that day forward. He turned and looked at me, and it was my friend. But his face changed into a colored man I met years ago in Pineville by the Black River. I wanted to go to work with my straight razor, but my body got weak. I mustered enough strength to run out the house thinking that old devil done showed up to collect on our deal.
What'd you do then?
I ran to the depot and bought a one-way ticket to wherever this old train was headed.
Man, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
No need to be sorry. I searched my soul for some answers. Found none. Couldn't accept the fact that she had been prostituting herself out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in Harlem, and I couldn't do nothing about it. It was like she had some kind of spell on me that I couldn't shake. Her appetite for making love was something I never experienced before. If you dance to the music, you gotta pay the piper.
Pay what?
I paid a visit to Miss Red, a conjure woman there in Pineville. She told me what I needed to do to win Lola's love.
Well, this story's getting a lot more interesting than this book I'm reading. Go on.
I know why you've come. Do you have $20?
Of course I got $20. Just tell me what I need to do to win her love now.
Go down to the riverbank. Then you'll see a man at the end of the path. Toss it over his shoulder. Then it will come back to me.
Was it the devil at the river?
That's right. The devil, Satan himself. But he didn't look like I thought he looked. I told him what I wanted, and he told me what he needed from me to close the deal.
And what was that?
My soul! The next day, I went back to that old juke joint.
You had plenty money, 1922.
And there she was, walked up to her, looked her straight in the eyes like the devil told me to do.
Do right like them other men do. Get out of here, get me some money too. If you had prepared him 20 years ago, wouldn't be wandering round from door to door. Why don't you do right like them other men do? Get out of here, get me some money too.
2 weeks later, we were married and on a train headed to Harlem.
Why don't you do
Man, you mean to tell me you made a deal with the devil to get a woman?
Yes, sir. I sold him my soul, my heart, my mind, and my body.
So, what you gonna do now?
I'm going to hell.
To hell? What you mean hell?
It's time to pay up. You know what I'm gonna do when I get there, John?
What?
I'm gonna grab that son of a bitch by his neck. I'm gonna look him straight in the eye, and I'm gonna choke him to death with my bare hands. Make sure he never steals another man's soul.
What you talking about? You can't fight the devil without God on your side. Listen, you gotta move out your way and let God fix it.
It's too late. My mind's made up. I'll be back. Don't try to stop me.
And I did, especially if he was headed to hell like he said. I wasn't gonna take that trip with him. I guess he didn't think that he had to meet God before he saw the devil again. That was the last time I saw that mysterious man. 24 hours later, the train finally reached Vancouver. I wasn't sure what happened to him. I thought he went to another part of the train. I bought a newspaper from a kid and the headlines read, "Man leaps to his death from train headed to Vancouver."
If there's a lesson to be learned from my encounter with that man, is you can't fight the devil by yourself. You got to get out the way and let God fix it. That's a lesson I'm going to live by for the rest of my life.
Y'all see him? He's too short back there to see.
I mean, that is outstanding. Congratulations. That was beautiful.
And next
Now, you
week,
can't do a Batiste Brother band show without having Dad, right?
Yeah,
You
we got that
started
before.
all this madness.
That's correct. Well, there was a teacher over at Bunch Village School by the name of Mr. Anderson, and he wanted David, to take part in it. And so David finally got me to get him a little piano,